Ooh, the holidays really are a marathon, aren't they? I mean, we get through all of the baking, wrapping, buying, all of that, and now we're through it, and now we just have more cleaning and organizing and all of that kind of stuff to do, right? So today I thought we could work together. I'm gonna share some of my favorite tips for resetting after the holidays and dealing with this extra inventory that has come in. You can do it. You have the skills. You might not have the energy for it right now, but we can do this in small chunks and really start to see a big difference in our house so we can get the holidays wrapped up and get our focus back to decluttering and having a really peaceful house in 2023. Well, I really hope that you had a great holiday, a great Christmas with your family, and that things went pretty smoothly. It's such an up and down, isn't it? Like all these expectations, some of them are met, some of them are exceeded, some are not, right? It's just all part of it. But I do think as we bring our physical environment back into order, that it can help us to process everything that just went on and to look forward to the new year with anticipation. My slogan for the new year is clutter-free in 23, and so I'm excited for you because you have the tools, you're looking at your stuff differently. So if we can get Christmas cleaned up, then I think we're gonna have an awesome year decluttering together. So I thought I would pull in some experts for a holiday house reset because you all have such great ideas, and this, I know I already saw the comments before Christmas. People were already anticipating the overwhelm of post-Christmas. So here we are. I really feel like we have you covered. So don't worry. We're going to talk about our favorite tips for resetting your house after the holidays. And so, Cass, why don't we just jump in? What is one of your top tips when it comes to dealing with all the stuff that just came in?
I mean, this doesn't help, but I always like to declutter before the holidays, right?
You would
I'd
say
say 2020.
that.
Yeah. I'm only because I've learned because after the holidays is probably one of the most depressing times of year I felt for me because of the state of my house. Wrapping paper, boxes, a million gifts. It's like now it's after Christmas. I have to take down all the decorations. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's very overwhelming. So we start with the basics, always trash. Get rid of all the boxes of everything that came in, all the wrapping paper, the gift wrap, the chaos from Christmas morning. That can instantly make your space feel so much better. And if that's all you can do, you're still way further ahead. Sometimes we just tuck all the gifts to under the tree and then take a couple days with it still at least. And then it's 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Picking something up and finding a home for it. I got new PJs. I take them to my drawer. My drawer is overflowing. One pair of PJs goes. So it's kind of like that one in, one out. And then you're not dealing with even more stuff in the new year.
And what, Cass, though, what if the new PJs you got, you don't actually like them as much, or they don't fit quite as good, or you just kind of wore them because they were a novelty? Now what?
We donate them.
Yeah.
They're going. We're not even attached to them yet. They've only been in our house for 5.2 seconds. This is the perfect time. And that feeling of, oh, but it was a gift. The act of receiving the gift is the part that matters. Somebody thought about you and they showed you a gesture to show you that they care. We don't have to keep the item to still have that feeling of love.
Yeah. Okay, so now I also want to share how I sort through gifts after the new year, because it's really helpful to have predetermined categories, because the worst thing we can do is just assume we're going to keep it and go put it into the sock drawer. We don't necessarily want to do that. Not everything that came into our house over the last couple weeks should stay in our house. So we have stuff that we're going to keep, stuff we're going to return or donate, and stuff that we might regift. Now, if there's stuff we're gonna keep, let's remember the one in, one out rule. So I'm kind of bummed. My mom got me brand new pot holders. They're really cute. They're black and white, but I forgot them at her house. But it was gonna be the perfect example. So these are our old pot holders. She decided that we needed some nicer, newer ones. We've actually had these since our wedding, so they're 14 years old, and they just don't really come clean anymore. So she got me some new ones, and my temptation is that I will keep these for like dirty, gross stuff, and then I'll only use the new ones when people come over or something like that, right? The problem is this drawer where we keep them, I couldn't fit a whole nother set of these glove style pot holders, right? And then I'm doing that thing where I'm cramming stuff in and I'm managing extra inventory. So These just need to go in the garbage. I wish they were nice enough to donate or something like that, but these just need to go, and then I'm just gonna use the new ones because everyday life is a special occasion and it's worth using nice pot holders, right? So these are gonna go, and when I get the new ones from my mom, they're gonna go in the drawer, and so one in, one out. Now, there might be stuff that we got too that in the past we would have just thought it was a gift, I'm gonna work it into my household, I'm gonna use it. But now if we have these preset categories, we might second guess it. We might say, you know what, it was really thoughtful. It was so nice of them to get this for me, but I don't actually like this style of sock or something like that. Or I have plenty of them. Or if I think about one in, one outing them, there really aren't any that I want to get rid of. I would rather just not have these. So then we can return them or donate them or even regift them. So I actually keep a small bin. This actually lives in our gift wrap container. I keep a small bin of stuff to regift, and it's come in handy whenever we need like a small gift for someone, but this is my limit. So if I get something and I'm like, oh, we could maybe regift that, and I'm like, oh, well, this is full. So is there something that I can pull out of here to make room? Or again, it helps to make the decision then just to return it or donate it. It's so great. Like, we get so many thoughtful gifts, and it was so kind of people, but just remember, once the gift is given, the exchange is complete. You are not obligated to keep it or display it or wear it or use it. Now, there's some gray areas, right? There are times where I've gotten something, and because the person is so special to me, I will keep it, wear it, display it, whatever. But 90% of the time, I don't feel that obligation anymore. And so I'm gonna let the item go again, because keeping my house simplified is so important to me. And it has really made this whole process of putting away Christmas and taking down after the holidays so much easier and not so overwhelming. So it's worthwhile. I never want to intentionally offend anyone, but I can't keep everything, right? How about you, Dana? How do you tackle your house this time of year?
I mean, the same thing that Cass is saying, you start with the trash because it's that feeling of being overwhelmed. That's the explosion, because you've already got your Christmas stuff, which has kind of lost its shine a little bit at this point, or a lot at this point.
Yeah.
And so while it was very exciting to put out a month or so ago,
Yeah.
it's now like, I've got to get back to, I've got to reset, like we're talking about, so it's start with the trash. And when I feel overwhelmed, I will ask myself, what is one thing I can do right now that has to be done anyway? Because when you see the overall, especially if it's your whole house, that you feel like I've got to start over. I've got to redo everything from how I've ever done it before.
Yeah.
To say, what is one thing that I have to do anyway? Well, you have to do the trash, like Cass said. That is generally the number one thing. You may think, oh, we passed around a trash bag while we were opening presents. There's still more trash. There's always going to be more trash. And especially around this time of year, packaging, things like that. So start with that, move through the process and say, okay, what, for me, the next thing is the easy stuff. Like, what has an established home? And I still ask myself these questions.
Yeah.
I still use the questions, and I need that to talk myself through what to do next. And even when it feels like, will this really make a difference? I remind myself, what has to be done anyway? I'm going to do this one thing, and then small things done completely, it changes my whole house overall in such a more guaranteed way than all of my big ideas of I'm going to change everything, and then life happens, and then I have to stop in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And for us, I will work on everything except toys. So I've kind of just accepted that the new toys are going to live in the living room for the next week or two. Everyone's going to play with them, and it's just kind of what is going to happen. But then after that, that's when then we go through the old toys and we look at the new toys and we decide what's going to stay, what's going to go. And we use the container concept, Dana, right? It's like, okay, this is where you keep toys in your room. Everything has to fit in here. You decide what stays and what goes. And this is where using a time will tell bin can be very helpful. So one of our children is especially attached to their stuff. And so I just know now going in, I'll be like, okay, here's a box. we're just going to put stuff in here just because it can all fit in your room. So anything you're not currently playing with in the next couple of weeks, we're just going to put in this box and we're going to put it in your closet for now. And then we're just going to see if we miss any of that stuff. And that has been a really effective tactic to then be able to donate the contents of the box, because he didn't ever actually end up asking for it. Or if your kids are a little older, then I'll say, well, can I just buy this box of toys from you for $5 or whatever, because it was gifts or it was stuff they spent their own money on. And so that has been a really helpful tactic. So I think what we would all tell you right now is that you have the tactics, like you have the skills and the tools, but we all know just that overwhelming feeling of my house is trashed and where do I start? So it's amazing how you just have to like get started moving, and then usually these ideas will start to come back to us. So are you guys the type now, are you taking down your Christmas trees already? It's the Tuesday after Christmas, or do you leave it up a little bit longer?
We generally wait until New Year's Day.
Okay.
You know, I know a lot of people get it out of the house because they just want to get it back to that. I really enjoy this week. I kind of give myself permission to take the stuff down, which then lets me focus on the decluttering of the other stuff, you know, kind of focusing on those other things that maybe, you know, I haven't thought about in a while or whatever, and getting it ready to really make a huge impact when all of that stuff comes down. But that's us.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to get it down. Listen, I want to move on as quickly as possible, but it's a lot of work and I'm crazy busy right now and I just don't have the time to do it.
Okay.
And so it's picking away. It's what can I do in 5 minutes? I'm going to grab the tote. I'm just going to let the garland go today and pack that up and then move on. I went overboard this year, Dawn. I put out too many decorations. I'm having regret. I'm not going to lie, but I think it's normal to feel overwhelmed. Like, let's not lie. This is a badonkadonks time of year. It's kind of like, you know, after you get married and then you're like, oh, or after like, you know, it's like, oh, a really cool thing happens. And then it's like the letdown after.
Yeah.
That's how I feel this time of year. And I think it's normal to feel that way.
Totally. And the kids decided they want to leave the Christmas tree up for a little bit longer. So we're not going to take that down today. I'm ready to take it down. They're not. So I'm a reasonable person, so we'll leave it up a little bit longer, but I am gonna work on resetting some of the other areas and getting some of that Christmas stuff down. And I want to answer a question too that we've been seeing frequently, and it's like, how do I know if I need to declutter more or just add in organization? So we're going to answer that, but we do want to let you know that our Take Your House Back course is open now. It is on sale for just $94, normally $597. And we have our next all-day declutter coming up on Saturday, January 7th. And it's all day where we guide you through your house. And so we hear from so many that it's a time where it really kickstarts their new year. And we know you have decluttering goals and it can be hard to achieve them on our own sometimes. So Cass, can you tell a little bit more about the all-day declutter and how that works?
Yeah, the all-day declutter, I want you to think of it as like coaching, like hiring us to come into your home and help you step by step, each space that we're doing, motivate you, inspire you, and push you a little bit to let go. Because it's scary sometimes to do things on your own. And decluttering, especially if you haven't done it a lot, it can feel overwhelming. But having us there to support you and thousands of other people live decluttering all at the same time, the same spaces, it's magical. You can feel the energy and people are letting go of truckloads of stuff, which is again so inspiring. And that momentum lasts the entire day. And people have said, so many, hundreds of people saying, I've never been able to declutter like this before. And I've filled my van twice.
Yeah. That's so cool. And Dana, the all-day declutters are a huge part of the course, but what else comes with it as well?
So the course is a self-paced course that has modules in it where we teach you what you need to know to take your house back. Like, we talk you through the different areas of your home. We talk you through the decluttering process. We talk you through how to get these spaces organized after they're decluttered. I mean, we talk you through everything that you need to know, including paper. Big deal, right? But all of that is there in the course, and it lives in there for you to work through the different modules, because that's going to give you what you need to really truly change your home. So the all-day declutters are huge boosts in that. But even if that overwhelms you, you get everything you need to make a huge difference in your house through the course itself. And I mean, I cannot believe the before and after pictures that we see. Like, it's shocking. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
It is beautiful to
Yeah.
hear the stories of people who just say, my house is completely different. And then that has affected my family. It has affected our, just our life overall, the way that we can function in our home in a way that we weren't able to before.
Yeah, that's awesome. So only $94 now, but just for a few more days. And there are payment plans available as well. But if you just need a little extra help, will you let us come alongside you? Because it truly would be our privilege and honor. Because this is what we're really good at. There's other things we're not so good at, but like this, the three of us, we know what we're doing, and we absolutely know what it's like to live in a messy house and to get our way out of it. Like, that is all of our stories. So no naturally organized people here, just people that understand how much you're going through. All right, so there's a link below for that. But Cass, this question comes up frequently. How do I know, especially maybe when we're putting Christmas stuff away, do I need to declutter further, or do I just need better organization?
You need to declutter further. I feel like if you're asking this question, you still have too much stuff, because this is the truth about organization that people don't understand. Organization often takes up more space than just shoving and cramming a space full. So if you are sorting things and putting them into containers and having things organized in a way that's easy to find and easy to put away, that actually takes up more space.
Okay.
90% of the time. So thinking that you're going to buy your way out of clutter, if I only have the right storage, I just need to buy more Rubbermaid totes at the store. We can't throw stuff at our problem of too much stuff.
Right.
It starts with decluttering, and then the organization just makes it easier to find things and easier to put away.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, so now when it comes to deciding like what gift wrap should we keep, gift bags and stuff that has come in, this is where the container concept can be really helpful. So this is my bin that I keep all wrapping in for all seasons, whether it's Christmas or birthdays or that kind of stuff. And I'm putting stuff away, like there's this gift bag, which is still in good shape. So I'm gonna keep this. I have some extra gift bags and tissue paper that will all fit in here easily. Now, like this, when we're at the end of the roll, I wouldn't normally keep that or this, but we do have one more Christmas gathering, and I have 2 gifts that are still coming in the mail that I need to wrap, and this is all we have left for Christmas paper left. So I am gonna keep this for now, and then when I'm done wrapping those 2 gifts, this will all go too. And then I just have like some extra cards and labels too. So I'm gonna stick that in there. But mostly this year I estimated right. I got like 3 rolls of wrapping paper and we used it up, and so that worked out really well. So I don't have a ton of extra. So I'm glad about that. But if your mind gets kind of creative and you're like, oh, this box, like I could keep it, just have some kind of limit or container, and then that helps to make decisions for us. And so Dana, let's talk a little bit about the visibility rule, because I think that can apply right now too. So if someone is like, okay, guys, I don't know where to start. Tell me where to start so I can at least get something done today. What would you tell them?
So I call it the visibility rule. I am super passionate about this because I can so quickly forget how much progress I've made. I can forget how much work I've been doing. And when I have put in a lot of effort and then living my normal life, my house doesn't feel any different. It can be very defeating and defeat me before I even get started. So I follow the visibility rule, which means I start working in the most visible area of my home, meaning the part that people would see if they knocked on the front door. And sometimes people are like, well, but I don't see that all the time, but you will. Like, if that's what people will see, you're going to walk by that space and see your progress, and it's going to increase your decluttering energy instead of defeating and zapping that energy when I mean, there's just nothing worse than working on your house and feeling like, okay, I finally made some progress, and then the doorbell rings and you're still embarrassed to open the front door. I mean, like you need to see that. And I love, Dawn, you've talked about before just the impact that that has on your family, of getting them on board sooner when they're seeing the difference that you're making. Where if they're not seeing the difference, that the work that you're doing, then the house just still looks the same, and they're thinking, well, we're just, or they're not thinking it because they're not thinking consciously about it, but they're just
Right,
like,
right.
we're just living life like we always have. They're not seeing the changes that are made. So that visibility rule is just key for me, because it is what produces that decluttering momentum that I'm so desperate for, especially at this time of year.
Yeah. No, I think that's so good. And I think, talking about our families, many of us as moms, we know we want to get our kids involved. We know these are skills they need to learn. But I don't know about you, like in the past, when my kids had too much stuff to manage, I felt like I needed to do it for them because it was too much for them. Like it was overwhelming. And it actually was too much for them. It was too much for all of us. Right. And so what's been so interesting to me is as we've decluttered our house and simplified it, it is so easy now for the kids to get involved. And I think because they're not feeling as overwhelmed by it, or it doesn't feel as hard, that they're more likely to help now, or to not give me such a hard time when it's like, okay, it's time, we're all going to pick up. It's like there's still some grumbling, but it's not like it was in the past, because it's like we all know, okay, yeah, we got to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But like actually, when that's done, the whole house is going to feel picked up. I mean, our house is small, but it's actually all going to feel put back together. It's going to feel like we got some stuff done. And it's funny to me now too, that they'll just like be bringing stuff to me like, oh, we can donate this. Oh, I think we need to throw this away. It broke and I'm not going to use it anymore. And so they've started to develop these like values too, again, over the course of the last 7 years. But it's just been so fun to see that what was so hard in the past now is starting to get so much easier.
That was a shock to me too with my kids, is how they are not attached to things in the way they used to be. And I realized, oh, well, I'm not attached to things like I used to be either.
Mhm.
And they saw that, because I'm not willing to get rid of something. Oh, we have to keep that because of these reasons. I was modeling that for my kids, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize how much that impacted them.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I mean, in our house, the biggest impact, you don't know until you know. Can I just say this? How much easier it is to keep your house tidy when you have less stuff. I used to clean all the time. When my house was cluttered, I was cleaning 10 times more than I clean now,
Yeah.
because it was this cycle of tidying. And I kid you not, an hour later, it would feel like it was messy again. And it was perpetually everyone picking up, oh, it's a mess again, picking up, oh, it's a mess again. When you have less stuff, you can, like, without thinking, kind of put things away, and you're not leaving things out as much because it's really obvious where everything
Yeah.
belongs, and it's simple to put it there
Yeah.
because you're not having to shuffle things out of the way or move piles.
Yeah. Cass, when you said it has to be just as easy to put it away as it is to leave it out, I cannot, that probably goes through my head like every day now. Like it's so true, especially if you want other members of your household to put stuff away too. And I think, sometimes people ask like, well, how is the Take Your House Back course different than, your YouTube videos and all of that? And like, our YouTube videos are glamorous. I was going to say SEXY. Like we got to make them like, they got to move and they got to be like good tips that all start with the same letter. And we got to show this really good, quick before and after. And I mean, like, in all honesty, like there is a formula that we know works for YouTube videos. And when we come together, the three of us in the Take Your House Back course, it is just like, okay, guys, like, but for real, this can be really hard. And sometimes you feel like a crappy mom. And sometimes you feel like you're taking away your kids' favorite things. How do we navigate this, and how do you get your kids on board, and these just like real life questions, and we're able to talk it through and give you from our experience what has worked, what hasn't worked. And between the three of us, we have like had all the experiences. Even like Cass, even last Christmas when you're like, I gave away the gift my mom gave me and then she asked about it, right? Like those are the types of things that we talk about. God, I hope your mom's not watching. Just kidding. So
Yeah, tell me about it.
those are the real life things that we get to talk about in the course that we don't always get to say necessarily on our videos or on other things. And so it is different. If you can afford it and you need some help this year, I really hope that you join us. But if not, we're still going to be here doing all the same things that we've done. And we know that you can make a lot of progress with all the stuff we offer for free as well. So. And then for the category of returns, I like to try and find a time to do this as soon as possible because these really hang over my head. I think because the holidays are already an expensive time of year, and so I feel stressed about wasting money, missing the return window, losing the receipt, all of that. And so I have an Amazon, luckily I don't have too many returns this year. So if it's stuff you like overbought or weren't sure if you were gonna gift, like I accidentally bought 2 unstable unicorns, which we did play, and is a lot of fun, but we don't need 2 of them. So this is an Amazon return. So I wanna get this packaged up and ready to go today. And then if it's something that you received as a gift, there are apps that you can download to scan something to see where it's from if you didn't receive a gift receipt or you're not quite sure where it's from. So that's one way that you can try and track it down. But I don't know, sometimes this feels like a little more hassle than it's worth depending on how expensive the item is. So I might just donate it, but if possible, it is always nice to return it, even if you're just gonna get store credit, right?
Can I just shout out the all day declutter one more time? Because I work with a lot of clients. I just did Matt and Amy's house and we were doing their storage room. It was like 8 hours of decluttering with cameras rolling. And I cut that down to like an 8-minute video, right?
Yeah.
So you're not getting the same effect of working with me, but when we're doing the all day declutter, it's item by item. We are going through, we're making decisions. If you have a question, you put it in the comments. We're there with you, real time, decluttering your home. And that is powerful.
Yeah, that's so
It
good.
really is.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have links down below, but we really hope that you'll join us on January 7th for the next All Day Declutter. We hope that you were able to get some resetting done in your house while we visited today too. But remember, 5 minutes matters. Just keep working on it in little chunks and you're going to see some big changes in your house as well. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining in today. And we'll definitely look forward to seeing you all again soon. Well, I hope that this was helpful for you, at least a little bit. I'll put all the details for the Take Your House Back course down below. If you need a little extra accountability, a little extra motivation, just some different ways to think about stuff that's held you up in the past, then I do think that the Take Your House Back course might be a really great fit for you. Like we said, there's a payment plan available for it as well, but it's only on special for a little bit longer for $94. And then as soon as we head into our next All Day Declutter, the price does go up again. So jump in before the price goes up. We would love to see you at the All Day Declutter. Truly, that is such a great way to kickstart your new year. Well, I love you. I hope you have a really good day, and I'll see you again soon.